Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. For this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than normal. I have just recently been asked to speak at the BCM, and if you don't know what the BCM is, the BCM stands for Baptist Collegiate Ministry, and you can basically go there throughout different colleges. Each college has them. You can go to different BCMs and learn about Christ, whether that be through a devotion or through a worship service. And so for our BCM that we have at Redlands Community College, I have just been asked to give a speech at that on a Wednesday night where we usually have worship and praise. And then we have our small little devotion or our sermon or whichever one you'd like to call it. And so for today's video, I am going to be talking to you guys about what I'm talking about. And so this whole video is basically going to be me giving you my speech. So let's get right into the video for today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So when Jay asked me to speak at the BCM, he told me to think of one question that I retained from False Creek. And the question was what is one thing that you took away from False Creek that you can teach to other people and teach to other Christians and to help them to learn about Christ or to know Christ? The first thing that came to my earthly mind, and I want you guys to remember that earthly mind, was that I had met this cute girl at Falls Creek. And now remember that earthly mind. Now what I was thinking is I talk to myself a lot. I do. I'm my own best friend. Some of you are probably watching this video, raising your right hand saying, yes, that is me. If that is you and you talk to yourself a lot, give this video a thumbs up. I'm weird like that. I love talking to myself. And so I was sitting there thinking, I was like, Kyler, how does meeting a girl at Falls Creek, and I'm not saying that meeting a girl at Falls Creek is wrong. You know, there's a ton of people to meet there, and I've known several people that end up meeting their spouse there. And so I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying, Kyler, how is meeting that girl helping you out in your Christian faith? Before I went to Falls Creek, I started on a little bit of a rough patch. And now I didn't do anything like drugs or alcohol or, I didn't do anything bad, I didn't do anything illegal, but I wasn't living my life every single day according to how I should live it and living it out 100% for Christ every moment of every day. For those of you that know me, you guys know that one of the very things that I am bad at, and I don't know why, I don't know how, but one of the things that I am very bad at is relationships. I don't know how, I don't know why, but for some reason I am terribly bad at relationships. I usually even get one date, maybe not even that, and sometimes it hurts. It does. A lot in my younger years it hurt a lot, not getting those relationships and stuff like that, but I've learned growing up that I can use that in my life, and something that people say that they don't want to talk about, something that people don't want to relate to other people and don't want other people knowing, I can use that as a testimony for other people and use that to say, hey, I know what it feels like because I've been there, and help lead somebody to Christ in some way there. Jeremiah 8:4, Jeremiah speaks to the people of Judah, and he says, this is what the Lord says, if a man falls down, he gets up again. Proverbs 24:16 then says, the righteous may fall 7 times, but still get up. Think about that. The righteous fall 7 times, but still get up. And to me, that's amazing. Being able to fall, theoretically, 7 times and to still get up, to me is just amazing, because that shows that you don't ever give up. And that's huge. This one's my favorite. It says 2 Corinthians 4:9 is what it says. One of my favorite verses. God does not leave us. We are hurt sometimes, but we are not destroyed. That's powerful to think about, because we've all had times where we've been hurt. Maybe from a family member. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe a friend. We've all suffered through something at one time, wondering what next. Wondering, why did this happen to me? Why did I go through this in my life? But as 2 Corinthians says, God does not leave, and He's still there. And the only thing that we have to do is to chase Him with open arms and accept Him and let Him control our everyday lives and control what we think and what we do in our everyday life. Like I said, I was going through a little bit of a rough patch. I knew I was a Christian. I mean, I didn't sit there and, deny God or anything like that. But I knew I was a Christian, and I knew that, God, Jesus, all that was real, and I believed in it, but I didn't live my life how I should be. And I didn't live my life every day being as holy as I should be. And so I told God, I said, God, I was on my way home from the college one day. I said, God, I don't know what I need in my life, but Lord, give me something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I need, but give me something in my life. The next day, driving home from college again, one of my buddies texts me. His name's Will. Will texts me. He says, Kyler, are you going to go to Falls Creek this weekend? You going to go? And immediately, I didn't want to go. I said no. I texted him back. I said no. So I'm not going to go. Thanks for asking, though, but I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go to Falls Creek. You know the reason why I didn't want to go to Falls Creek? Because I knew that weekend there was going to be a party that weekend. And I'm not a person that parties. I'm not a person that parties. I don't drink. I don't smoke and all that. But I wanted to just go to be in that atmosphere and be around those people. I wanted to be cool, right? And who knows? Maybe I would have went there and I would have been tempted and it could have been bad. I don't know. I don't know what it could have been. Only God knows what it could have been. But I know that I wanted to go to this party. There was a party being thrown. I know I wanted to go. I was thinking of a way to be able to go. And I was like, no, I don't want to. No, I'm not going to go. No. My mind was focused on that. And then I put my phone down in the cup holder next to me. I set it down. I started driving. And it wasn't a second later. I could feel God's presence come over me. I could feel it. And if any of you listening to this video has had that experience before, where you've seen and felt God's presence, you know that it's unreal. It's unlike anything else in this world. It is truly amazing to feel God's presence. And I felt like He was telling me, Kyler, you asked me to give you something, and I gave you something, and then now you're just turning away. Like I gave you something that you wanted, that you needed. There's something there at Falls Creek for you, and you're turning it away. So I picked up the phone. I texted Will back. I said, Will, I don't know why, I don't know how. I said, but for some reason, I feel like God is telling me that I need to go to Falls Creek. I said, I just feel like God is telling me I need to go to Falls Creek. Is there available room? Can I still go? He texted me back. He said, yes. Yes, there's still room. You can still go. Meet at this time at the BCM. Bring all the stuff. Do you need a list? Do I need to bring anything? What do you need? What do you need from me? I said, I just need to know what time. So I go home. I briefly tell Mom, I said, Mom, God's calling me to go to Falls Creek. I'm going to go to Falls Creek. I'll be gone for the weekend. Bye. See ya. Packed my stuff. Left the next day. I was gone. But so I went back to college the next day, and I was leaving that day to Falls Creek. And I get there, and we leave. We go to Falls Creek. And when I get to Falls Creek, I realize really quickly that I'm really spoiled with what I have in my life. I learned that really quickly. I'm really spoiled with my bed, my own bathroom, having a charger right beside me at all times, the fan above my bed that keeps my room cold 24/7. I realized that I was very, very spoiled with a lot of what I have in my life, but I had a blast at Falls Creek. I really did, and it was so amazing. And those 3 days that I went flew. I mean, it flew tremendously. And I mean, I've never had so much fun at an event that was so little of time. I went to a class they had, and they talked about depression in one of their classes. My whole family on both sides deals with it. And so at some point in my life, I'm destined to have it. I've had it before, but I'm destined to have it again. You know, my whole family has it. I see it dealt with on both sides of the family. And I know that at some point I'm destined to have it if I allow that. And I don't want it. You know, I don't want that in my life. I make jokes all the time. I have a good time because I don't want that in my life. And I don't want to have to go through that. Going through that depression and stuff, that's painful. It is. It's hard. Okay, people don't understand. They don't. But I promise you, I know. I've been there. It's painful. It's hard to go through that experience. And right before the class, the very first point I wrote down in my notebook, this is the most powerful point I've ever heard in my life. It says, resurrection is the only way we make sense of our lives. I'm going to say it one more time. Resurrection is the only way we make sense of our lives. Talk about depression. I'm going to talk about a couple verses here in the Bible where people deal with upsetting times. David deals with it in Psalm. Jesus deals with it in Matthew. Psalm 6, 2 through 3. David's weeping, and he's actually weeping through verses 2 through 7. But I'm just going to show you verse 2 through 3 here. He says, "Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am faint. Heal me, Lord, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in deep anguish. How long, O Lord, how long?" Once again, Jesus says in Matthew 27, this is in verse 46, it says, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Several people in the Bible went through rough times. They did. There's several other verses that you could look up that they went through rough times just as we did. The point that stuck out to me most in the class was he sitting there talking, he's like, well, what's the consequence of this depression? What's the consequence of it? The very first thing for what's the consequence was, excuse me, I had to yawn, but the very first thing was lost lives. Think about that for a second. Lost lives. The people that aren't getting the help that they need, the people that are struggling with this depression, that haven't came to Christ yet, or maybe they have, but they just need somebody to help them in their faith. The people that aren't getting that, they're losing their life over it. I want you to think about something for a second. What if every single one of you listening to this video, and even me included, me talking in this video, what if every single one of us helped one person that was dealing with depression, that overcame it, that became irrelevant. Depression was just nothing to them anymore, and they became happy. What if every single person watching this, if anybody else out there, what if they stopped somebody from taking their life? Now granted, this video, most of my videos get anywhere from 20 to 40 views. So let's say we save 25 people. And just ballpark number, we save 25 people. Out of all the people out there, that's not very many people. I understand that. But that's 25 people that didn't lose their life, and now they get to live this grand life here on earth, and then the grand life on heaven. All because you helped them out. And you let God take over and say, hey, we can make a difference here. Think about how powerful that could be. Like I said, I met a pretty girl at Falls Creek, right? I told myself not to get wrapped up in girls at Falls Creek because I was there to learn something. I've been texting her since Falls Creek was over. But anyway, she sent me this video at the first of the week. And we just been actually talking for a week, right? Maybe even 2, but it wasn't very long at all. We hadn't been talking for very long at all. And she sends me this video. And the first thing going through my mind was this video is going to be a compilation video. This video is going to be something funny. This video is going to be something that I can relate to. This video is going to be something sad, something that happened on the news. But it wasn't. This video, it was called Pursue Her, A Message to Christian Men. And I'll link that down below for you guys if you want to go check that out. It's a really good video. I would recommend it to anybody. It's so great. It has a little bit of comedy in with it, but it really helps you read into the Bible and read into exactly what that title is telling you. And I was a little taken back by it. I was taken back by it because I've had relationships in the past, and I've shared my faith before, I have, but I've never seen someone share their faith to me back. Never had that. I've never seen that. And to me, that was amazing, because that let me know that God brought this girl into my life for a reason. I don't know. Maybe he brought it in for her to be a friend. Maybe he brought her in to be my girlfriend for some kind of relationship. Now, I don't know what he brought her in for yet. I don't know. Only time will tell me what her purpose in my life is. But I know that whatever her purpose in my life is, that I need that someday. That I need that in my life someday. And today. And I don't really know why I just said someday. But I need that in my life right now and days to come. Because I need that Christian influence. I need to be able to live my life according to God's will. So here is what I'm going to challenge you. And I'm going to put it up here on the board by me in just a second, so you guys, while I'm saying it out loud, so you can see it and that can render into your brain. If you want to type it onto your phone, if you want to comment what you've done in the comment section, if you want, whatever you want to comment in the comment section, if you want to screenshot it, whatever, so you'll have it, do that. Feel free to do that. I'm going to post it above me, but before I do that, I just want to say thank you to you guys for watching this video. And I hope that if you're watching out there and you're saying, you know what, I need that in my life. You know, I need that Christian influence in my life. Or maybe I'm not living my life how I should, and I wish I was. If you've been in that position that I was in, and you know what it feels like, you've been there, reach out to me. I'll have my social media in the comment section below. Reach out to me. Tell me your story. I'd love to hear it. I would. I'd love to hear your story, because I can promise you I've been through a lot in my life that I promise you in some way I could probably relate to what you're going through. And I understand. I do. I get it. So my challenge to you is, and I'm going to put up here, is when you get to a time in your life where you're going through something hard, and you'll get there. You'll get to a time where you're going through something really hard. When you go through it, stop for a second and look up to God. Say, God, take care of this for me. God, give me the direction I need, and let me trust you through all of it. Let me trust you through every single bit of it, and don't let me steer away from your direction. Once again, I want to thank you so much. Everything will be in the links down below. I will link to the YouTube video that I was talking about. I will have my social media down below. If you would like to contact me about anything, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and comment whatever you would like. If you'd like to comment your story in the comment section, if you wouldn't, if it's a little too much, I understand that. You know, reach out to me on social media, like I said, and let me know your story. I'd love to hear it from you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'd love to be able to do this a little bit more, and so I'd really love your feedback on that too. So if you could leave that in the comment section of what you thought of the video, and if I should do this more in more videos to come, that would be very helpful and very great. Once again, thank you, and have a very great week, guys.